This one is gonna be improvised a lot, but it's actually incited by Sasha telling us that you have a set of changes being implemented soon about archers, and Josh telling us that you will not focus on accuracy of units, but on their other ways of nerfing archers. But uh, if you would give me a moment here, I'm just gonna stress out that that is a completely wrong approach. Why? Because every time you enable players to something be more casual, there is a nerd who is gonna try hard to abuse that thing as much as he can in the best possible way. And his actually abilities in this game will be so much impacted by that. Why? Because this is a game of math, basically. I do not charge units that have 1 point more of charge impact than me, but I do charge those that are weaker. The same way you approached many things in this fight game, and instead of it being applied on like strategic level where you watch who's flanking who, which teammate needs the most help, and stuff like that, it's just pure simple math. And what are you giving to these archers? You are giving them the option to shoot on literally anyone unsanctioned in any way, and they are used to that. But in reality, it does not have the same outcome on all the units in game. For instance, the unit I'm playing right now, I'm not complaining about them. They have their role, even though I dislike that. But they are unarmored, they have no shields, and they are differently impacted by friendly fire and general by archer fire than infantry is, because infantry has shields, infantry has armor, and they are less hit because of the size model. They are not as much hit from friendly fire as cavalry is. So when cavalry is fighting infantry and friendly fire happens, it's gonna all end up in cavalry's back because archers just work like that. So here is what's gonna happen. I'm completely committed to this, and there was no going back. Apollo here has a much stronger melee unit than I do, but Eco is coming in with spears, and I have another unit coming in. And do you see amount of this friendly fire? He does not care. He does not have to care, because he is used to not doing this amount of friendly fire. We would break these units, we would rout them, and Elf Lord at this moment, he's used to having a free pass to shoot at friendly units. He's used to, hey, they have given me options to shoot at my teammates, and it's not doing friendly fire. I'm just gonna do it indiscriminately and shoot at anyone, anywhere, anytime, and yeah, I can get away with it. No, he literally did so much damage to his team here that it's unreasonable, and no amount of help you can give to the players is actually gonna make them good or make everyone happy or do anything. I know that maybe Creative Assembly has no experience at making exclusively multiplayer games, but I played World of Warcraft and I was chasing Gladiator at some moment in early phases of the Burning Crusade. It's just an example. And while we were chasing that Gladiator title, the queue time for our European Misery battle group that had like 200k players at that moment, we had 10 servers and almost 200,000 players on those. The queue time on our rating, which was over 2.3k, the queue time ended at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m. we went to sleep because, hey, we cannot play now. It's just there is no one here to play against. We have to wait for 20 minutes, and that is fine. That is fine. People tolerate that. In Dota right now, when you are playing on tier of gameplay like Divine 5 Plus with like 7k MMR, you have to wait for a game sometimes for over an hour, and players either do that or they leave because they are committed, they are pro, and they are good at what they do. They want to do that. So you should not care about wait time on top tiers. People will get there. Community will farm up and they will play those tiers. But you should actually think on about how your game works and how players can layer up by skill inside your game. Uh, there is no amount of catering or whatever the word is like holding hand of the player that can help some players become good or feel good inside your game, but there is loads of fun for decent players to achieve when they actually outplay someone. What you do not probably see is how your gameplay looks on high tier right now, because this is actually an exception to the rule. The rule would be that the party has 4 players, mostly focused on their ranged teammate. And at this moment, Sun Tzu is our ranged teammate, but he is pretty much self-reliable because he is not in danger from any of these. With this combo, he is not in danger. So we are not even playing what is new box. I would have no spot as cavalry player with such gameplay. They would probably give that spot to multi-AD's player or someone else. So basically what you do not see is layer upon layer upon layer of defense that happens in top tier games, with artillery players sitting forever in stakes, in caltrops, in row after row after row of stakes and defense, just because they achieved a small advantage at the start of the game. And this is all impacted in so many ways that I have to tell you, accuracy on the archers, no, it's so wrong. They have so many options to survive, they have so many options to deliver the damage. Whole teams are forced to play around them and for them, and they are like the tool that delivers the blow in front of the whole team. And that just should not be like that. Infantry should be like that main focus of your game, with simple and small movements, left, right, center, flanking, deflanking, saving a guy, all that stuff. It should be about infantry and cavalry, archers, artillery. All of that should be like filling in for those infantry players. And your game is simply like, this is a question of ideology how your game should look. But I'm telling you, you're taking away so much from decent players by enabling players who are lagging behind to do stuff recklessly and not to pay attention. So please rethink the archer changes you're implementing. Accuracy change is a huge issue, and you should not enable players to behave recklessly. What I also disagree is your punishment system and no naming and shaming policy and stuff like that. Yeah, I agree with that when it comes to insulting, but when you want to make an example of someone, you really have to use his name, you have to use his example, you have to use that person's decisions as a tool to show what is not okay. And same goes for punishment, because punishment you implement in this game is really hidden, it's censored, it's there is no transparency here whatsoever. I'm not asking for full transparency, but when guy has actively racist name, yeah, I want that out of my game. So please rethink lots of these things. I know they are not coherent right now, but this video is kind of a forced because I keep losing my replays to the changes that patches bring. For some reason, this last patch even destroyed so many good replays and so many good opportunities to show things in game how they work. But now I just want to prevent another patch that will spook away players from playing this game. Thank you for your time.